We bought a van, another van. This is van number 2 for us. We have already converted one, done the whole trip around Australia, and then we thought, why not? Let's do it again. What are we thinking?
Why?
I'm feeling anxious already about everything that we need to get done, and we haven't even started yet.
It'll be fun. And we haven't posted a long form video on YouTube in 9 months. We were just going to take a small break from YouTube, and it turned out 9 months later we're back to YouTube now.
And we don't have a baby, so 9 months.
I'm not pregnant, we didn't have a baby, nothing like that. We just bought another van.
Yeah.
But before we show you the new van, I think we probably should update you on what has happened in the last 9 months. Let's
and
go.
where we live now. Not in the van anymore.
Let's go.
So in our last video, we were getting ready to go to Brazil for 2 months and marry our best friends there. That was an amazing time.
Yeah. Just like relaxing, spending time with family and friends. And when we came back to Australia, my mom actually came back with us, and she spent 2 months here. During this time, we didn't travel much. We literally just spent time with family, friends, relaxing.
It was over Christmas.
Yeah.
We were just chilling out here.
Then my mom went back to Brazil, and in March we went to Tasmania, and we spent 3 weeks in Tasmania.
Amazing. So when we did the lap around Australia, we didn't get the opportunity to go to Tasmania because the ferry going over, we didn't realise you had to pre-book in advance, and we're like, oh, let's just go next week. It's not going to happen. But we ended up getting there eventually. Highly recommend that place. It was amazing down there. It's like New Zealand kind of vibe I was getting.
Yeah. But 3 weeks wasn't quite enough. We could definitely have stayed longer. But we only had 3 weeks again.
Oh, thanks, guys.
3 weeks in Tasmania wasn't quite enough. We had to rush and do kind of the whole lap around Tasmania kind of fast. It's not our style, but we only had 3 weeks because of the ferry.
Yeah, we're always on the move. We didn't stay in the same place twice.
So if you're planning to go into Tasmania, allow yourself more than 3 weeks if you can. There's a lot to do there, and definitely more if you can spend more than 3 weeks.
Yeah. So now we are back from Tasmania, and we were like, hey, why don't we sell our van and let's build another one? So we got our van ready, we gave it some fresh paint, tidied everything up, put it up for sale. We sold it within about a month.
It was kind of fast.
Yeah. And then we found this guy like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, we saw 2 vans when we were searching for the perfect van. There weren't many available. Wade was looking from Queensland to Victoria, and there were only like 3 or 4 vans available in our price range with low kilometers. That's what we wanted. And what else? There was something else.
Yeah, we wanted low kilometers and something that hasn't been thrashed.
Destroyed.
Yeah, because they're old courier vans most of the time, they just throwing stuff around everywhere and they just don't seem to care as much, so they just get battered.
Yeah. So we actually saw 2 vans, both in New South Wales. One was both sprinters. One was a
2021 with 40,000 kilometers on it. And then this one's a 2019 with 55,000, but there was about a $10,000 gap between prices, so...
Yeah, but we'll tell you everything about this van later.
Yeah.
A question that we get asked a lot now that we announced that we have a new van is why we even sold that previous van, because it was perfect condition, we loved it. So yeah, people wonder why we sold our van.
Good question. Why did we sell it and do this all over again?
There's a few reasons for
Yeah, there's a few reasons that were going through my head at the time. One was just like, it still had average-ish kilometers. It was under 200,000. We had finished our lap. It was still a very, very nice van. There was no problems with it whatsoever. We were looking for a new layout, and we thought if we had sold that van now, we would have got the most amount of money for it.
Yeah, we learned a lot living in our previous van for 2 years, and we learned what worked for us, what didn't work for us, and there were a few things in the old van that were starting to annoy us. Like, we didn't have a proper working setup for us, because when we started, we didn't know we would transform this into our full-time content creation life. The bed was a bit short. The bathroom was in the middle of the van, which kind of blocked us from coming and going all the time.
Yeah, and you'll see, we'll run through in this van what our vision is, and you'll see there'll be a few little changes to what we had in the past. Yeah. So after 2 weeks selling our van, we bought this girl here. She's a 2019 Mercedes Sprinter with around 54,000 kilometers.
Long wheelbase.
Long wheelbase. We had tossed up a go in the medium wheelbase, but we're like, we don't want to give up that space. We've had that space and we want to go back. It's not going to happen. No. So we found this guy, or this girl, we don't know, we don't have a name yet. Girl or guy? What would you call it?
It's always a girl, isn't it?
I think in my eyes, it's always a girl. She is silver, so I don't see many silver ones, but we do have ideas to potentially change the colour. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that one?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, she looks so good, so new.
I know.
Well, let's see. It's a little bit different to the one that we used to have inside here. She's all fancy. So the idea, we want to remove this bench seat here and put a single seat. And that's pretty much all that's going to be in the cab. And we'll do a bulkhead across the top there. Super nice to drive too. We want to take out this partition wall. It's very ugly. It's just part of the van. We want to put in our own partition wall, and it's going to have a door so we can still access in and out. And we want to put a little built-in kitty litter just on the bottom area there. So we'll see how that kind of turns out. This is what we're envisioning. Because
the cats are still exist and they're still coming with us traveling.
Yeah, so now we're going to walk in. There's going to be a cabinetry probably to about here again, and then this will be the walkway. Come on in. And then we are thinking of putting the shower behind this area here. So our old van had the shower in the middle. And like at the time it seemed like a good idea, but then we were living in it, so like it just blocked off the whole van. It kind of felt closed in, would you say? Yeah. So we want to move that over to there. Then we'll have a bench space through here and a bench space through here, probably to around here somewhere. And then we're going to have 2 seatings, one on each side.
For workspace.
For our workspace. Then for the bed, we're going to stick with the fixed bed, not do one of those day bed areas. And then we want to do one of the, it's like a slide, so it slides in during the day. So it's like a half-half, I guess you call it, right?
I don't know.
Because it's not like...
It's fixed, but it's a pull-out.
Yeah, but it's like half size. So when you go to sleep, you would then pull it out and it would pull out over the 2 seating areas that we would have there. And that would be our bed. But as well, when we're sitting in this bed section, we want to be able to pull out like a drawer, a bench. Table. So like the bed will finish here, and then there'll be a table that can slide out, and there'll be individual. So if I'm just sitting here, I can pull out this slide, and then Dani can sit there, or you can easily pass. And if we're both working, we can pull out both slides. Is the idea.
Hopefully we can make it happen.
Yes. We're only going to go with 1 max air fan this time because we're going for a skylight. So we were playing around with like positioning. So this is like the skylight size. This is huge. Like the idea is we want to put a skylight somewhere around here, is kind of above the bed, is the vision.
That was one thing that we really wanted that we didn't have on the last one, the skylight.
Yeah.
That was a non-negotiable this time.
Yeah. Like we've been following a few people, seeing people that have skylights. The amount of natural light that it brings in is amazing.
And like go to bed and see the stars.
Yeah. It's very nice. Then that idea is to then access up, and we want to run a decking system across the top here. We are trying to fit 600 watt of solar as well. We have another idea of, for the decking system, put one of the solar panels on like a hinge, and you would flip it over, and then it would kind of come in a bench seat. But we'll get to that. I don't know how we're going to explain that one properly. It was an idea that one of the guys had brought up here where we are staying. I like the idea.
Yeah. So this is the plan for the van. Hopefully you guys come with us and watch everything, because we will be documenting everything. Yeah,
we want to document step by step, which we kind of wish we did in the first build.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of learning for us in the first build. Like, it's very overwhelming. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, thinking, oh, I've got to think about this, and there's plumbing, and then like this, and there's a lot to do. We want to like potentially block out these backs and just make a square. Yeah.
Ideas.
Yeah. So we'll see if we can bring what we vision to life.
Okay, now that we showed you the plan for the new van, we need to show you where we've been living. We've been in here for 4 weeks, I think.
A little bit more, but
longer. Yeah,
I think around 6.
By the time when we were in the process of selling the van, we needed to find a new place to live because we wouldn't have the van anymore. So we found this place, which it's different. It's not a normal house, but it makes sense to us at the moment because this is where we will be building the new van.
And I'm super grateful that we had this opportunity too, because like we were struggling to find somewhere to live, the cats, and build at not crazy prices.
Exactly.
So this is
in Sydney.
Yeah, this is the best opportunity we got.
Come with me. I'll give you a tour.
Okay.
So this is it. Our home. Come here. It's actually a warehouse. So we are sharing the warehouse with another company. We are renting half of their warehouse. But
well, we didn't even say half.
Yeah, it's probably less than half, but
it works for us. It's
yeah,
what we need.
Come. It'll make sense when I show you.
Yeah, we don't need that much space, so we're good.
So this is where we've been living. It's our bedroom / office / everything else. Living room. It's one of their offices, and this is what we rent.
Mm-hmm.
We also have access to.
Oh no, I was gonna say like we have a full-size bed and a couch. And a working space. Does it get any better? What else do you need?
Nothing. I'm pretty good with that.
Yeah.
It is a little bit messy because we're still trying to organize boxes. We cleared our storage unit as well.
Yeah.
Everything now is in here, so we're not paying for storage anymore. So we're also saving on that.
Yeah.
With the warehouse, so we rent this bedroom, which is one of their offices. We also have access to the kitchen that we share with everyone and the bathroom that we share. But when I say everyone, there's only one other guy that works here full time, so it's super chill and quiet.
But also the guy that works here actually used to build vans in another job, so...
Hopefully he can help us.
Yeah, we just to ask questions. I don't want to bug the guy, but like... It's easy to get a little bit of support from time to time.
And he's an engineer, so he already gave us some tips.
Yes, which has been super helpful. He was the one that gave us the idea about the flip solar panel, turning it into like a breast area. Hard to describe. Maybe I need to do like a drawing or something, but we'll get to that stage. It shouldn't be that far in actually. I think the roof works might be like episode 4 or 5. Yeah, it's going to be one of the early ones.
Cool.
So come on in, check out the warehouse. You do have just a little toilet and shower in through there. There's not really much to see. It's a toilet and shower. They have like a little kitchen area in here, and then like this is the main warehouse area where they do most of their work. So they take up probably, what would you say?
80%?
Yeah, at least 80% of the space for them. What they've done for us is they've given us a little bit of storage space. So this is pretty much our whole life in this one racking system, which is crazy. So we've got a couple of pallets up the top. Those are the things that we don't need to really touch. I've got a bunch of tools down here, so once we actually get started on the build, we'll have everything super handy to get to. But yeah, they kind of take up a lot of this space here. A lot of the building of the van will be out inside in the car park, unless it's raining or on the weekends where we don't want to make too much noise because there's some houses on the other side. We can bring the van inside the garage here, which is super convenient, especially if it's raining. You can keep working, which is good. And then just up the top there, you go up the stairs, you've got a couple more offices, and then there's the big kitchen up there. So we've got like a full-size fridge. We have a dining room table that's as big as the van. So like, it is nice. There's a lot of space. I'm super, super grateful that we were able to find this place.
It's been an
just
upgrade
works.
for us.
Yeah, it just works.
So this video was just welcome back to YouTube video. Update you on what has happened to us in the last 9 months.
And what we got planned going forward, where we want to document this whole build. So you're going to see all of the episodes that we put together, and we're going to get from start to finish, and then hopefully you guys it will help you guys build your own van, or motivate you to take the plunge and get a van if you're kind of on the fence, because it is overwhelming, but by far the best thing that we have ever done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you just want to have fun with us too, you're more than welcome to just follow along, tag along and see what we get up to. I'm sure there will be some tears, some blood, some laughs. Hopefully more laughs than tears.
Yeah, and then I'm sure we'll look back on it and it'll be fun.
Yeah. Welcome to Van Build 2.0.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. We're going to be working the van, ripping up the floor, taking off all the walls, putting in a new floor. So we'll see you guys then.